So your sporty coupe or sedan came with performance run-flat tires. It's time to replace them, and you've decided to stick with a run-flat design to retain extended mobility, or maybe your lease agreement requires run-flat tires be in the vehicle when you turn it in. But with the growing number of run-flat equipped vehicles on the road today, many of the tire companies are developing additional options to choose from. To find out how some of these replacement designs drive, we evaluated a mix of ultra-high and max performance summer run-flat tires. As a reference point, our test used the Bridgestone Potenza RE050A1 RFT, which is original equipment on BMW 3 Series. We compared it with the Kumho Exta SPT XRP, Michelin Pilot Sport PS2 ZP, and Pirelli Cinturato P7 RFT replacement tires. Let's see how they drive. Well, first up, we're driving on the Bridgestone Potenza RE050A1 RFT, and the steering feel of this tire is quite responsive, but it doesn't quite match the urgency of the Michelin tire. The noise level and ride comfort are also reasonable, but not quite to the level of several of the other tires in our test. Here on the track, this tire feels well balanced and obviously well tuned for this car by the Bridgestone and BMW engineers. But in the wet, this tire trailed the others in lap time, but subjectively it still feels balanced and easy to control at its limit. Now we're driving on the Kumho Exta SPT XRP, and the overall handling of this tire can be described as sporty, but the steering response just isn't as quick as the other tires. The road manners are also reasonable, but this tire produces a little more tread noise and feels just a little firmer than the other three tires in our test. Here on the track, the Exta SPT XRP displays good stability during rapid transitions. In the wet, it feels a little edgy at the limit, making it a bit harder to control than the other tires in our test. Now we're driving on the Michelin Pilot Sport PS2 ZP, and this tire feels eager even when driving at the pace of the surrounding traffic, with direct steering response that responds immediately to driver inputs. This tire also received the highest scores from our team for its modest noise level, and the ride quality feels a little firm but well controlled and not too harsh. Here on the track, the Michelin Pilot Sport PS2 ZP really comes alive when driven at the limit, with stable cornering, responsive handling, and very sure-footed braking. And in the wet, this tire again leads the way thanks to its good grip level and sure-footed feel with just a hint of understeer. Finally, we're driving on the Pirelli Cinturato P7 RFT, and this tire handles well, but it doesn't have the crispness and the steering feel of the Michelin or the Bridgestone tires. It does do a good job at softening the bumps, riding somewhat better than the original equipment run-flat tires, and this tire also produces minimal tread noise as it rolls along the variety of surfaces on our route. Here on the track, the Cinturato P7 is able to lap the course quickly, but feels a little less predictable than the others. And in the wet, it uses its overall grip to hang on and lap the track quickly, but again, it doesn't feel quite as stable or predictable as several of the other tires. While many original equipment run-flat designs have a poor reputation with consumers, our test shows that many of the replacement run-flat designs can deliver excellent handling along with reasonable road manners. The Michelin Pilot Sport PS2 ZP seems to do it all, with crisp handling, good traction, and reasonable road manners. The Bridgestone Potenza RE050A1 RFT is one of a wide array of OE run-flat designs from Bridgestone, and on the BMW 3 Series at least, drives pretty well overall. The Pirelli Cinturato P7 RFT offers a well-mannered alternative to OE run-flats, and the Kumho Exta SPT XRP leads the value proposition with a reasonable price and good fuel economy. As we compare tires side by side, we find each has its own personality. It's not as easy as simply choosing between good and bad. So as you view our test results, it's important to focus on your priorities and what fits best with how, where, and what you drive. And also be sure to click on the link for our complete test report and to learn more about the tires featured in this test. Research, buy, deliver, install.